if you're okay with talking about this, how much does your faith influence your creation? Like the stories that you are drawing from that. For example, like you said, the Jonah and the whale. Is this same uh, theme, archetypical theme of father and the belly of the whale? Is this different? Is it the same story?
No, this is Jonah and the Whale is more about responsibility
Mm-hmm.
and avoiding responsibility than it is about you know, I Space Cave is more about like going as, kind of going deep into something and not being able to accept or
Right.
not being ready for, these answers that you're searching
That.
for.
Right.
But
Right.
Jonah and the whale, that's a cool story because it's like God calls Jonah to be a prophet and to go and like call these people to repentance, and it's a hard thing, and he doesn't want to get stoned, and he
Hmm.
doesn't want like uh the bad reaction, and so he runs from God, and
Oh.
he's like hiding from God, and I think he jumps into the sea, and a whale swallows him, and he's like fine with fine with that because God won't be able to find him there. But ultimately, God knows where you are, and if he has a work for you to do, you've got to do it. And so the whale spits him out, and Jonah goes and does what he's asked to do. Right. So um,
Wait, that's how his story ends. I mean, he
mhm,
he he finally accepts the
right,
right.
right.
What made him? I mean, just for my curious self, what made him go back to that, despite being okay with being eaten by a whale
I'm gonna have to read that story again.
again?
It's it's been a while. It's been a while. But as far as my faith and storytelling, I think they are very much intertwined. Like,
Hmm.
um, I do believe in God, and I believe that He has a plan for us,
Hmm.
and um, um, that we are beings who existed long before we
Hmm.
gained a body, and we're going to exist long after we lose this body.
Hmm.
And this time that we have here on earth is like very important because it kind of shows uh you know there's not only things that we're learning, but there's
Hmm.
also things that we're doing that shows that we've learned things.
Hmm.
Um and so that, because that's something core to my beliefs, it's also part of my storytelling as well, that um I try to explore that and think, if there is, if there is something like that going on in my reality,
Hmm.
then I want to at least touch upon that in the stories that I tell. And so the stories a lot of times have, there's a good versus evil. There's people
Hmm.
um, you know, trying to do the best in the situations that they find themselves in. And
Right. Right.
and
Right.
I'll admit, like, some stories are more about that than others. Some of them are just, I just like telling a good
Good. All right.
adventure story.